Right, y'all, we back with another solo leveling rods video, and today we're going to be showcasing a character that recently done the showcase for not too long ago, and that's going to be Baek, right? But this time it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a small iteration compared to the last one. This time he's actually going to be max dupe, right? So previously, obviously, he had no dupes. This time he's going to be max dupe. This is going to be a completely different game style, gameplay, right? Because now he's going to be breaking a lot faster. He's going to be dealing more damage. He's going to have higher crit rate. He's going to recover power gauge by 100% when he just enters, right? Like he's just going to enter the stage with 100%. He's going to increase the damage of auto explosion by 100%. He's just going to be overall doing more damage. He's going to be more usable in a DPS case, right? So, like for example, he is more of a utility break kind of character that inflicts defense down and stuff. But now, when you have him max duped, when you do have more dupes into him, he actually turns into more of a DPS character. In my case, I'm still going to be using the break set on him because I still am only going to be using him when I need to break a boss, right? Now we're just going to put these 5 dupes in and get right into it. Holy 17k extra power. My man has just beefed up. He became someone else, bro. It's over. It's actually over. On top of that, he can increase his light damage by 40% for 15 seconds. Kind of weird, bro. That's kind of weird. That's like too much, my guy. But that's when Damnation is used, right? Damnation is... Which one is Damnation? That is his QT. So when he gets... So as soon as he comes in, boom! Big damage to the enemy. He's gonna have 40% extra light damage. It's gonna be crazy. Anyways, yeah. So that's gonna be the thing. So I'm just gonna I'm going to show a sheet real quick. They do visual sheets and stuff. This is gonna be more of an outdated one, like in terms of like visually, but because he does have some much newer ones. So here's the visual. Very simple, straightforward. I did have this on the other video, but I figured I'd show it to you again if you haven't seen the other video and you're just here to see the 5 dupe showcase. Right? So these are going to be your sets. This is, his damage is an A, his utility is an S, whatever. His damage actually probably turns very close to an S, once you actually get him duped out. And then obviously these are all your sets. In my opinion, go for the break set. That's just me though. Now then, we're going to talk about his sets. His sets, of course, break set and viridescent. These are his best in slots. There's no reason to use anything else. Of course, when the Blessing of Greed set comes out in the future with the Workshop of Light mode, that's probably going to be his best set because it's going to increase his damage dealt and also give him better break and all sorts of things, right? It's going to be very nice for break characters. This is the best set, in my opinion. If you want to run him as a DPS, then just run the crit set instead of the break set. But I feel like just having break set is good enough to be able to break better and also have extra damage on top of it to broken enemies, etc., stuff like that. Now, we're just going to talk about the skills real quick. Very simple. There's nothing really much to talk about. His normal attack, they could break, and they do weak break, and then so there's his core attack. His first basic skill does medium break, and then his second basic skill does heavy break. So you have your three tiers of break, which is your weak, medium, and heavy, and then of course you have your almighty break, which is on a whole nother level of break. But of course, the only person who has access to that at the moment is Sun Jinwoo. Then you have your support skill, where if you use him as a teammate for Sun Jinwoo teams, he'll do Violent Explosion, which is really nice because it's a big strain of just damage coming out of nowhere for 400% of his defense, and he inflicts defense down, so he's one of the better supports in the game. I'm not going to say best because a lot of characters have really good support effects. Depends on the situation. But he can also break too on the support skill. So very, very nice support skill that you'll be using very often. Next up, you have his Damnation, which is his QTE. He deals medium break damage when you swap him in. Of course, if you have dupes, it also inflicts white flames on Doct or whatever, and it increases light damage, which is going to be really good for him. And then you have your ultimate skill, very simple. Basically, it just automatically deals violent explosion damage. So this is like a stack effect that he has in his passive, where if he does 3 basic skills or 3 skills, he will activate violent explosion on the enemy on that last skill, the third one, and then it will automatically proc and it will do an additional 400% defense damage, of this, right? And his ult also inflicts defense down as well for 10 seconds by 20%, which makes him very good utility-wise. Damage-wise, his damage is okay, but I have dupes. With dupes, he actually becomes more of a monster. Now we're just going to go through his passive real quick. I'll show you what his passive are, like what you gain. 150% to the White Flame Gale Kick, which is going to be really good damage. Increases his break effectiveness even further, like it wasn't already crazy. His QTE will now give him unlocked White Flames, which will increase the user's life damage by 40%. Then his fourth dude gives him crit hit rate by 16% on top of what you already have. And then when he enters the stage, he already automatically starts with an ult. So as soon as you go into the stage, you can just use his ult and then you'll inflict defense down and you'll already be able to do good damage. And he increases the damage of his ult by 100%, bro. I'm pretty sure this 100% is on top of the 400% damage that the 400% of defense, right? So it's 100% additive on top. Additive or is it multi? Either way, it's on top of it, right? It's just furthering the 100% damage of the 400% of his defense, right? So it's just going to do a lot of damage. That's all it really means, right? I'm not going to get too much into the math, bro. I'll leave those to the theory crafting people and all that stuff, you know? The people with the quick maths. Not me, though, huh? Not me. And then, of course, we're just going to go through each stat on my sets, and we're going to be good to go. %50 crit rate, 152% crit hit damage, 10% defense pen, 17% damage increase. Always try to go for as close to 45 to 50% crit hit rate if possible. Crit hit damage, stack up as much as you can. Try to get crit hit damage boots and then crit hit damage on each of your accessories if possible. Defense pen, this is like your last stat that you can get. Like if you're going on the defense oriented character, you want additional defense percentage, crit hit rate, crit hit damage, and then damage increase. And then if you can't get that, obviously defense penetration is very nice as well to have as an extra option, right? And then of course those will be your like main stats that you're going to be aiming for, right? And then yeah, I already said 17%. All right, so we're good to go on there. We're just going to showcase the weapon real quick. Going to show what it does. Increases its light damage by 4%, and then attacking targets with White Flame, which is very easy because you will inflict White Flame with all your skills. And then it increases his defense by 5% for 20 seconds on a cooldown of 30 seconds. But it doesn't matter because if you're swapping him out in a more supportive scenario, he will be able to, you know, you can do that on your downtime, right? On its downtime, when you're swapping through your rotations, that's when it won't be active, right? If at least if you're timing it well and you know what you're doing. All right, so that's going to be about it. We're just going to go right into the actual showcase now because I've already wasted too much time actually talking about the character. I just really like talking about the characters and talking, so it's like, you know, sometimes I get a little bit carried away, so please excuse me if it's a little bit too much, especially if I'm speaking a bit too quickly, right? So as what we usually do with every little showcase, we always have to have this standard foundation and basis, and that is going to be just one character by himself and then on a team, right? And we're going to be doing this boss as usual just so it can show the damage compared to the other characters that I've done here on my channel, right? It's more for documentation purposes. So we're going to go in, we're going to have ult immediately, which is going to be crazy. It's going to be insane to have ult straight off the bat. Like, it's going to feel so weird to me that I just have my character ult. Okay, so we're just going to ult him, bro. Like, we're just going to go into raw. I didn't even get to see the damage, but that's fine. We don't care. Now we're going to do the damage. Not bad, not bad. For a character who's supposed to be a break, he's doing really good damage on his skills. Fortunately, I didn't crit there. That's not good. That's okay. Yeah, you see that? Doing like 500k on my skill, my second skill. First skill is kind of doing a little bit less, but that's okay. Look at that. 500k again. It's really good damage though. It's really good damage, considering he's not like a main DPS. Really good damage. Really good damage. Right? So we're going to inflict the defense down on him if possible. Like, if we get one more skill off on him and then just ult him, right? Okay, we got defense. Now we're going to ult him right here. See if we can see the damage. I couldn't see the damage because, again, the camera in this game is so bad when it comes, especially when it comes to Baek. Just the way how he positions his ult and all that, it's just very difficult to see. Anyways, we already saw all that. Let's exit out of this real quick, and then we're going to showcase him in a team. Okay, so now we're just gonna make our team real quick. So again, it's very hard to get like a support for him because I mean he kind of is one of the supports himself. So we're just gonna go like this. Gonna put Min, and then we'll just put Alicia, bro. Because I mean it's nice to have shields, right? And she's not gonna be like supporting him too much, but it's fine. She can just be there to lower the boss's HP so I can get them below the threshold. Not that it matters because I am not running Behemoth on him, but if you were to run him on Behemoth, you could just run him as a DPS like her if you were trying to run him as a main DPS. And then we'll go into it, right? So we'll just do all our little rotations and stuff. I completely forgot I can just ult the boss straight off the bat. That's something I'm going to have to get used to. So we'll just start off with Baek and then go into Min, right? It's going to be very weird to get used to. So you might want to have him as your first character, right? Alright, so we're going to go into him. And flip this. And then flip ult. And we press real quickly. Okay, now we're just going to go into Baek. Alright, now he's in his immune shit or whatever. Damage is looking good so far. Look at that, look at that. 1.2 mil. $1.2 mil just on the skill, right? That's really good damage. He's still doing 1.2 mil on his damage. We're just gonna go into Min one more time. And then flip this. I'm trying to get to his ult real quick. Here we get to Min's ult. Okay, and now he's defense down and everything. Let's see how much damage he did. Can I see the damage? No, I cannot. But I know it was a lot because he lost 10 bars of HP instantly, right? I would have to do a little bit of testing to see how much each bar is so I can actually see how much damage it is. But it was definitely a lot of damage, right? Like we know it was a lot of damage. Just the fact that he just blew out 10 bars just with his ult, right? And we saw before previously when I did no dupe showcase that he did do a decent amount of damage on his ult. I believe it was like 1.2 mil, right, on his ult with no dupes. So now this with the 5 dupes, he's definitely doing at least like 2 mil or something of similar, right? Because he does get 100% damage increase on his ult from his 5th dupe. Now that we're done with that, we're going to showcase his actual break potential, like his break damage. So we're going to go into Arachnid because, of course, that's going to be his best case scenario. So here we are in Arachnid. We're going to do Arachnid tier 10 and then showcase him there. We're going to have him in the support slot, like his second slot, because, I mean, it's literally where he's going to be anyways, right? I'm not going to use his ultimate on the start because, I mean, this boss is kind of annoying and just because I'm used to it routinely, I'm just not going to ult with big person. It's just a matter of timing because of the boss going up into the air and stuff like that, right? As you can see, the boss is already nearly broken, and he interrupted me while I was doing it, and I still managed to break him with just 3 skills. Now we're going to just ult him real quick. Boom. Holy, no way. What just happened? What the? Nah, bro, hold up. I got to do that again, because I'm kind of in shock right now. I legit don't even know what just happened right there, bro. That was actually crazy. Hold on, I gotta do that one more time. What was that? There is no way he just one-shotted the dang spider boss, bro. There is no way. I didn't even get to play my other characters. What was that? I mean, of course, do keep in mind, I do have this stage 3 started, but that was still insane amount of damage. Like, look at that. That's crazy. Anyways, as you can see, he can break bosses like nothing. Like, he just cuts through them like butter. It's not a problem. Obviously, the damage wasn't supposed to be shown here. Like, it wasn't really important because, I mean, the damage here is, like, irrelevant. I have three crowns in this, or whatever you want to call it, 3 trophies. So it's like, I do have a 50% damage increase, but overall for the break, his break damage is very nice. As you can see, it breaks the boss very quickly. And yeah, I mean, it's really nice to have break, especially for any boss, because I mean they take reduced damage when they have a break gauge. So yeah, I mean, nothing much to say. He's the best breaker, and he does good damage if you get some dupes in him. So I mean, it is what it is, and he'll be definitely a godlike send, a big help to you in Arachnid. Because if you're trying to farm gear, he can break the boss, he can do damage to the boss because he's weak to light. It's all good, all nice, right? So yeah, best breaker in the game in my opinion, because he could just do everything. Defense down, does damage. He's just the best. I really love this character. I've always been a fan. I've always been fond of him, but of course, you know me. I'm a Huang enjoyer, so I don't use anything but Huang because he's actual Giga Chat. I don't think anybody has damage comparable to him. I'm gonna just say it here. I'm gonna say it right now. Nobody in this game has comparable damage to him. Not Cheyenne, not Baek, not Alicia. I'm sorry. Nobody has damage like him. I don't care if other people don't see how much damage he can do. I see it. I have them all maxed. I know how much damage they do. And they even have better like stats and everything. And there's like comparable in stats. And I just see it. I know he's the best. But let me not get sidetracked because this isn't about Huang. This is about the Giga Chat Baek Yunho. And yeah, that's my showcasing of him. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, of course. Right? There will be more. So stay tuned.